Welcome to Ascend and Awaken, a life of balance. Today we gently explore a topic that has shaped cultures, families, and entire civilizations: the life and teachings of Jesus, and how they've been misunderstood for over 2,000 years. Not in a historical or theological sense, but in a spiritual sense. Because when you peel away layers of fear, doctrine, and interpretation, what remains is a message of unconditional love, inner awakening, and radical forgiveness. A message far simpler and far more transformative than many have been taught. This is not a religious discussion. This is a human one. Let's explore the Jesus who spoke directly to the heart. Over 2,000 years, Jesus became a symbol, a doctrine, a system, a structure. But the man himself, he walked with farmers, fishermen, the poor, the sick, and the outcast. He taught beside lakes, on hillsides, and in homes. His message was not, "Believe what I say or be punished." His message was, "You already carry the kingdom within you. You are the light of the world. The Father and I are one, and so are you." He wasn't pointing to himself. He was pointing to the divine nature in all of us. One of his most misunderstood teachings is the kingdom of heaven. People imagined a physical paradise somewhere above the clouds. But Jesus said clearly, "The kingdom of heaven is within you." It's not a destination, it's a state of consciousness, a state of inner peace, compassion, forgiveness, and unity. You can enter this place right now through awareness. When Jesus spoke of heaven, he was speaking of awakening, not geography. The Jesus we rarely hear about is the one who taught mindfulness, take no thought for tomorrow; presence, do not worry about your life; inner purity, blessed are the pure in heart; non-judgment, judge not; compassion, love your neighbor as yourself; and unity, I am in you and you are in me. These are not religious doctrines, they are spiritual truths. Jesus spoke the language of the inner world. He taught a way of being, not a system of belief. Many of Jesus' teachings were metaphorical, symbolic, and deeply mystical. But over time, the ego, individual and collective, did what ego always does. It created a hierarchy. It creates fear. It created divisions. It created exclusions. The message of oneness became a message of separation. The message of love became a message of guilt. The message of forgiveness became a message of punishment. But beneath all of this noise, the original teaching still shines. You are loved. You are whole. You are one with the divine. Jesus didn't teach fear. He taught liberation. Sin is another concept lost in translation. The original word, hamartia, simply meant to miss the mark. It wasn't about moral failure. It meant forgetting your true nature, losing awareness, falling asleep spiritually. And what did Jesus say about it? Your sins are forgiven. As in, your mistakes do not define you. You can return to the truth at any moment. Forgiveness wasn't something you earned. It was something already given. Jesus lived in a religious world filled with rules, hundreds of them. But he said something revolutionary. Love is the fulfillment of all law. Meaning, if you are rooted in love, you do not need rules based on fear. Rules control behavior. Love transforms the heart. His message was never about earning holiness. It was about remembering your holiness. Jesus' healings are often seen as miracles that set him apart from humanity. But he said over and over, "Your faith has made you whole." Not his power, not magic, not supernatural favor. He was teaching, when you remove fear, when you return to love, when you align with truth, healing, emotional, spiritual, and sometimes physical, becomes natural. He wasn't demonstrating superiority. He was demonstrating possibility. Another misunderstanding is the idea that Jesus was meant to be worshipped rather than followed. He said, "The works I do, you shall also do, and greater." That is not the voice of a man claiming exclusivity. That is the voice of a teacher saying, "Wake up, you are far more than you believe." He wasn't asking for admiration. He was calling us into our own inner transformation. If you take all the layers of history, doctrine, and interpretation and strip them away, you are left with one message: love one another. Love your neighbor. Love your enemies. Love as I have loved you. Love not as sentiment, not as performance, but as the recognition that we are one. This is the love that dissolves fear, the love that transcends religion. It is love that awakens the soul. Jesus was not misunderstood because he was unclear. He was misunderstood because his message was too simple for the ego, too universal for institutions, and too liberating for systems built on power. His true message still stands. You are loved. You are forgiven. You are whole. The kingdom of heaven is within you, and love is your truest nature. Thank you for joining me for this reflection on the misunderstood Jesus. Clearing away 2,000+ years of confusion. If this message resonates, subscribe to Ascend and Awaken, a life of balance. And in the comments, share what aspect of Jesus' teachings speaks most deeply to your heart. Peace, love, and light to you on your continual spiritual journey.